Hey guys, right, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be comparing two bangers, Rossa Carbon and Dylan Blue. Which one has a better opening? For me, Carbon is at its best when it's at its opening. It has this hard edge, like a mineral, rocky, metallic edge, and you're going to notice that straight from the beginning. It's quite strong, but it's not obnoxious, it's not loud, very masculine and very cool. Love it. Dylan Blue, on the other hand, for me, it's not at its best at its opening. It's a bit too sharp, a bit too metallic, citrusy, and a bit too easy to overspray. It reminds me too much of a shower gel. So the winner for opening is Carbon. However, things start to change in the dry down. For me, this is when Dylan Blue really shines. It has this nice ambroxan, sweet, comfortable note, and also the incense and the spices pick up during the dry down. So it does pick up some complexity, which is very refreshing. It separates it from being a typical blue perfume. And that's when I get a lot of compliments with this, so good job. I was a little bit let down with Carbon because for me, the most interesting thing for me is definitely that hard mineral opening. However, over time when it dries down, you get the lavender, but then it gets a bit fuzzy. It loses its sharp, distinctive character and it becomes quite pedestrian, quite average. Dry down, Dylan Blue. Next is quality of smell. This was actually quite hard to judge because regardless of the price tag, in terms of quality, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, Carbon smells way better quality in the opening, but during the dry down, these are surprisingly similar in terms of quality. Dylan Blue isn't tacky, but you can tell it smells a bit cheaper. Just the quality of it is a little bit lacking compared to Carbon, but by no means is it cheap smelling. They're both good, but I'd have to give the edge to Carbon. Next is performance. It's actually pretty close. I get roughly 5 to 6 hours for both of these. And actually I was expecting a bit more from Prada, but sometimes I felt that Dylan Blue lasted longer on my skin, but that's just me. Everyone's skin is different. Some people actually said that Dylan Blue doesn't really last long in their skin. But in my experience, it's pretty 50-50. But I'd like to know your experiences. Which one lasted longer for you? But I must say, Dylan Blue actually projected more and was louder on my skin, regardless of the longevity. So you could say that this is pipped Carbon for the winner. I wouldn't be mad. Now in terms of versatility, for seasons, I would have to give the edge to Carbon because I have the problem with Dylan Blue that it's quite harsh in the colder seasons. I never had that problem with Carbon. I could wear this all year round, no problem. Winner. Next is situations. Here for me it's 50-50, but they both have different purposes. What's happening to my voice, man? Dylan Blue is really good for versatile in casual situations. Carbon is versatile in more formal situations, is extremely safe. This is more fun, so this will be better for casual situations. This will be good for job interviews and the office, and this will be good for dates and will make a really good gym scent. But this is just me personally. You could actually mix and match for your personal situations, and both of these could do well in any situation. That's why they're both so popular. Personally for me, casual gym scent, date scent, casual office scent, a little bit semi-casual, semi-formal. What's going on with me? For demographics, I think these two do differ a bit. I think Dylan Blue is ideal for a younger audience and is quite limited to that age group, let's say 15 to 30. However, You do get a bit of old manish vibes from this sometimes, especially from the dry down. So I can see this being targeted for a much wider audience. Not only is this ideal for teenagers, people in their 20s, this could also be a banger for people in their 50s. So I'll give the edge to Carbon. Cost performance, easy winner, Dylan Blue. They perform nearly the same, but this is about half the price. No contest. Compliments, surprisingly, Dylan Blue again. Sometimes I get girls saying, yeah, I like what you're smelling. They like what I'm smelling. They like what I'm smelling. Fuck off. I don't really get that many compliments from Rossa Carbon because it's nothing outstanding, and when it dries down, it's quite fuzzy and doesn't reach out and project as much as Dylan Blue. This is quite strong and gets a lot of attention, so in that sense it gets more compliments. Surprisingly, this wins a lot of head-to-head battles. If you've seen them on YouTube, this usually ends up the winner, regardless of the fancy perfume it's matched up against. So nice one, Dylan Blue. What I find is that girls like masculine, simple and fresh, and that's this. Which one do I think is better? If I had to pick one, it would have to be Dylan Blue. It's half the price of Carbon, performs nearly the same, sometimes even more, gets more compliments, and it's equally versatile. Carbon is probably the nicer smell, but it's got this excellent opening, the mineral opening. It just lets me down a bit in a dry down, and considering its price, it leaves a lot to be desired. Because this is so cheap, I'm okay with its imperfections. It's just, it does a lot and it carries its weight really well. I wonder if they will do like an EDP version of Carbon like they did with the Rossa Ocean. I'll be very curious to see how that smells. Just do it, come on, what are you waiting for? These are both bangers. You're not going to regret buying any of these, but they do have their differences, and I would suggest blind buying them before you buy it, obviously. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for checking out my video. Let me know what you think. Do you agree with me that this is the winner, the cost performance king, the one that gets all the compliments, nice and simple, does it son? Or is Rossa Carbon the nicer, the finer, the more superior, sophisticated perfume, and I'm chatting bollocks? As always, thanks again for checking out my video. Consider liking and subscribing. Stay tuned for more. Cheers.